discover, if you already didn't know, that he is famous. He was media critic for New York Newsday starting in 1969. His column, Sundays with Marvin, has been syndicated nationally by Tribune Media Services. He is the author of 9 books, including The Making of the President, 1789, George Washington's Expense Account, and The Man Who Would Not Shut Up, The Rise of Bill O'Reilly, which made him especially famous. He was also a founding member of Monocle magazine and was its managing editor from 1963 to 1969. Mr. Kitman is often seen on commercials and public TV shows. For 6 years, he was the commentator about TV for the 10 o'clock news on WNEW-TV in New York. His commentaries have also been heard on RKO radio network. His magazine articles have appeared in Harper's, Penthouse, the American Bar Association Journal, Playboy, and the New York Times Book Review. In 1992, City College awarded him with the Townsend Harris Medal. His other honors include the Folio Award, the Society of the Silurians Humorous Writing Award, and Special Commentary Award. Please join me in welcoming a truly remarkable and famous CCNY class of 1953 graduate, Mr. Marvin Kitman.
After that wonderful introduction, I cannot wait to hear what I have to say. In the few moments I have left, I just want to say, please shut off your cell phones, your Twitters, and texting. Not allowed here. It's a great honor, I have to take off my glasses also. It's a great honor to be speaking before the combined classes of 1953, 1963, and 1973. 3 of the best classes in the 166-year history of the college. I don't remember all of you in my class of 1953, no less you 63s and 73s, but that's not surprising. I can't remember what I did yesterday, no less than 60 years ago. But before I go on, I have a confession to make, that I am not actually in the class of 1953. I am in the class of 1951. Let me explain. It took me 6 years to get my undergraduate degree. It was not that I was stupid or anything. I was a draft dodger. Like Colin Powell, I continued my postgraduate work in the Army. In only 2 years, I rose from to the rank of PFC Sergeant. Well, enough of my bragging. I am especially pleased to see an important member of the class of 1951 here, Larry Growler, and the only other one missing is our leading celebrity from that class, Fred Schwartz, who you may know as Fred the Furrier. I didn't even know he went to City College, and if I knew that, I wouldn't have been making fun of Fred the Furrier in my Newsday column all the time. At any rate, we have been through a lot, we band of brothers and sisters, the Korean War, the Vietnam War, Snooki and the Jersey Shore, The college is proud of us, and why should they be? Look at all we have achieved. For example, we are still alive. That's not nothing in my book. And the college has done so much that we are proud of, with and without our help. Academic upgrades, new buildings wherever you look, best professors, expanded programs, a mission of excellence. It's a top 100 college, and Princeton Review, the Forbes list, the Fortune list, not on the ESPN list. Our three classes share something in common. As much as we are a credit to the college in becoming socially useful citizens, good parents to our children, neat dressers, we also have the same one hole in our postgraduate life. While I still have the attention of all of you achievers and overachievers like myself, those who haven't dozed off yet, I want to discuss that one smudge on our college's escutcheon, the loss of an important part of the college's heritage. I'm talking about big-time basketball. Every March, a madness descends on the nation. The so-called March Madness, it borders on religious ecstasy, but it makes me mad as hell. I feel like opening the window and shouting, if only I had the strength to open the window anymore. I am reminded again of why CCNY is not in the final 36 or whatever those Meshuggahs call it, and why we have self-blackballed us for the last 63 years now. You may not remember, but back in what must seem like the early Paleolithic age, City College was huge in basketball. In 1950, we had won both the NCAA and the NIT tournaments, the Grand Slam. That's something that nobody ever achieved until then or now. Unfortunately, some of our boys did a bad thing in 1951 and were arrested for shaving points. The administration at the time immediately overreacted. To say the least, it was like using the atomic bomb in the war against poverty. They immediately blamed the environment. You know, Madison Square Garden, old MSG, my home away from home during my 6 years as an undergraduate. The idea was they were protecting our boys from the moral slime and corruption downtown. No more MSG, the college said. MSG became like something you put in Chinese food. We turned our backs on St. Nat Omen, on all that we found dear. The beaver, tail between its legs, slunk back uptown, never again to be seen in the garden, the site of all our thrilling exploits, which had put City on everybody's lips, even in Peoria, especially in Peoria, where we meet Bradley. As a result, all our great local high school players who normally would have wanted to play for Nat Omen at City and his successors, well, cue the diaspora. All of our future CCNY stars began showing up at such learned institutions of higher education as University of Nevada at Las Vegas. Now, I'm not here to demean good old UNLV, But how many city kids were dreaming of that being their alma mater? And talk about the moral climate in Vegas. I don't know about you, but it still drives me crazy every March Madness. Basketball was my favorite subject at City. That and going to MSG, the Garden, and sitting high in the balcony and yelling, "Charge!" This was in the days before credit cards were invented. More importantly, look at what the college turned its back on. The megabucks from the TV rights, merchandising rights, beaver bobbleheads, I can see it now. What could the college have done with 65 years of the big bucks other athletic programs were bringing into their coffers? Lower tuition rates, help Madam President, Dr. Lisa, build new buildings even faster. The mind boggles at what might have ensued if we did not go bananas in 1951. The irony in all of this, the other colleges implicated, Kentucky comes to mind, held their noses and continued raking in the dough. Why are we the only college still doing penance for the bad thing of 1950? Why, I ask you, are we still the only ones overpaying the price of being holier than thou you all? It's time we took off the lavender and black hair shirt. This is also the season when each class, college officials remind us, is supposed to give a class gift, something that we will be remembered by future generations. Now, I don't want to tell you how to spend your money. You want to build a new building with your name on it? That's nice. Colleges can always use a new building. Tonight, however, I propose something completely different, a gift that keeps on giving, that we, the combined classes of 1953, 1963, and 1973, and throw in 1951, we use our economic and moral muscles to bring back big basketball. I call on all the distinguished members of the Lavender Hill mob, and you know who you are, to kick ass, make it happen. Put pressure on the administration to amend the mistakes of the past. Bring the March Madness back to Convent Avenue where it belongs. Who said City College men can't jump? As my mother, without whom this speech wouldn't have been possible, always told me when I began my career as a writer at CCNY in 1950, it's never too late to admit you've been wrong. I leave you with 3 words: Alagaru Garo Gara. And I'll see you all at the 2023 reunion. We should all live so long. Any questions, see me at the class.
Thank you so much, Marvin. The most amazing part of that speech is that he just wrote it 5 minutes ago.